Okay, good afternoon, everyone, and good morning for everyone that are joining from the other part of the world. My name is Emif Mitasari as the student counselor of Nuffic Neso Indonesia. So a very warm welcome to everyone coming to the online info series on the third day of OKP-LPDP StuNed Joint Scholarship Program. Our topic of today is maritime and logistics. So in the next 60 minutes, I'll be hosting or moderating this session, which will be presented by our guest speaker, Felicia de Jong. She is a program coordinator and assistant program manager for the Center for Maritime Economics and Logistics from the Erasmus University of Rotterdam. So before giving the floor to Felicia, just to give you some information first, as you have heard already, the OKP-LPDP StuNed Joint Scholarship Program is a joint scholarship between the Dutch government and the Indonesian government. So the Dutch government under the Orange Knowledge Program funded by the Dutch Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and from the Indonesian side from LPDP. So in this session, Felicia will be explaining more information regarding the MSc of Maritime and Logistics, and then after that, we'll be having a Q&A. So everyone who got questions, feel free to use the chat box to just chat your questions, or you can also use the microphone after the presentation is finished. So without further ado, I would like to invite Felicia to the floor and to present the presentation.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you very much for joining us this afternoon. I'll share my screen and start the presentation. All right. We'll start off with a quick video to give you a bit more of an idea, and then I'll explain further as well.
My name is Bert de Groot. I'm the director of the Center for Maritime Economics and Logistics here at the Erasmus University in Rotterdam. What we do in the program is we combine the relevant know-how and practices from the business world, from the maritime industry, from the port-related industries, to the academic know-how that we have developed over the past 10 years.
The MEL program is a one-year post-experience master focused at the maritime business and combining theory and practice.
Ladies and gentlemen, a very warm welcome to all of you. We have the business community, we have our professors, we have our alumni, and we have our students. So what a great get-together. Please do a wonderful catch-up and exchange all the experiences of the last year, and let's make it a very enjoyable evening. Hey.
My name is Martijn van Tilborg. I graduated 2 years ago as a part-timer from MEL, and I'm working at Damen Shipyards. I really started as a business analyst and really had the feeling of doing MEL in a much broader perspective. The most exceptional thing about MEL is really the global network that you have.
They offer you this possibility to see some other perspective and professional perspective, I mean, not just academic.
When you come to the MEL, you will learn how to be innovative and how to apply that in the shipping industry and take it to a completely different generation.
Welcome to the graduation ceremony of the MEL class of 2017.
For now, I'm going to enjoy my graduation for a couple of days, and yeah, for sure I will be applying for some jobs. I'm staying in Rotterdam actually, so I'm willing to move here and start a career here in Rotterdam, so yeah, I'm hoping for the best.
Rotterdam has its own beauty and its own things to do, and everybody's working, and it's such a nice environment, and the Dutch people are so friendly, and it's just fab.
I come here is because the reputation of the Erasmus University itself, and also because I want to do something for my country. They have a great alumni network, so that's what the benefit and the privilege to join the MEL program.
It was a very proud moment for me. It was his dream from last, I guess, 6 years to be here, to stand here and hold that degree, and today he made it.
If someone wants to go for MEL, I'll just say that it's going to be difficult, but it's going to be worth it. I mean, there's no doubt about the fact that this course is the best in this field. I mean, all the subjects were pretty rigorous, and they've equipped me pretty well with all the skill set that I need to make it, to start my career in this field. I mean, I'm pretty, I feel actually blessed to be accepted into this course and having been graduated from here.
Okay, great. So hopefully that already gave you a bit of an idea of the MEL program. And now I'll dive into some more details. So here are just some key facts again. So it's an MSc Maritime Economics and Logistics, which is a unique postgraduate post-experience international MC course, meaning that the post-experience is also that in the class is a combination of students with work experience, so that you have a great combination of also having already practical knowledge, being able to apply this to the know-how you're learning in class, fostering great discussions with your fellow classmates and students. Of course, as already mentioned, it is offered by the Erasmus University in Rotterdam, and it is located in Rotterdam, which is the shipping, transport, and logistics heart of Europe. It's a very exclusive and international program with an average of 16 nationalities per graduating class. And we also, as mentioned previously, we have an extensive network within the maritime economics and logistics sector. So now about the aim of the MEL program. So we aim at advancing promising young professionals into the future leaders in the maritime sector. So during the MEL program, the aim is to give you outstanding qualifications and with a wide array of subject-specific and transferable skills, so that you have great prospects to get the desired positions that you want within the maritime and logistics industry. And together with the academic excellence that we give throughout our core curriculum, we also achieve to find a balance between the theory and practice to even enhance your competitive edge and skills even more. And we use this, assure this by using our corporate and alumni network, which we incorporate through guest lectures, seminars, and things like company visits. Now to go into the specifics of the MEL program. Through following the MEL program, you will gain an understanding of shipping, ports, terminal management, maritime logistics, supply chain management, and supply chain finance. So as we've mentioned, it's a wide array of skills and subjects that you will learn to cover the whole maritime industry. And also here on the left-hand side, you can then see the kind of courses that you indeed will be following when you take the MEL program. And indeed, it's courses such as economics, supply chain management, marine technology, maritime law, maritime logistics, port management, and shipping finance, shipping economics, sustainability, which are all important within industry. And again, like I said, give you a wide array of subject knowledge within industry. Then, as I mentioned as well, besides the core program that we teach you and within the courses to give you all the knowledge and know-how that you need, we also provide extracurricular activities to again get the balance between theory and practice to give you an even more competitive advantage as a graduated student. And these extra features also provide you the opportunity to get to know more information of the maritime sector in the real world. And it's also, of course, a great opportunity to network. And through this, we have also the alumni, which shows steady and good career advancements through the years. And so not only the corporate network, but also our alumni community and network is a great and useful tool for the students, MEL graduates, to have access to. And here is just an overview of the MEL Corporate Network. So these are the companies that either we have as lecturers that come and teach the core courses, or as extra curricular activities through different visits, guest lectures, and everything like that. So this is all connected to the MEL program. And then one of these extra things that we offer and organize throughout the year is the Distinguished Lecture Series, which are a series of open lectures on the MEL-related subjects. And they again provide the opportunity to interact in an actual business environment, to hear from someone who's actually working within the business and how it happens in practice, and to also test your knowledge against that you're learning in theory with that of active professionals. And again, like I said, networking. And here below, we just have a list of previous ELS speakers. And as you can see, we have someone from Drury Maritime, even a bank related, because obviously shipping finance is important. The CEO of Royal Vopak we had, the Managing Director of Hapag-Lloyd we've had, and also the World Bank. And another thing that we do is company visits that are both organized in the Netherlands and abroad. If you watched the video before, there was a mention of a study trip, which is in Copenhagen the past few years. So the companies on the right-hand side are the ones that we have visited in Copenhagen, and the ones on the left-hand side here in the Netherlands. And again, there's just an opportunity to you to visit the companies, to hear about the different cultures of the company, to see if it's something you would like to work at, but also to get a better idea of what it is that they actually do, what they're involved in at the moment, any challenges, threats, or trends that they're seeing, facing, and what they're working on. So it's really a great idea to give you insight knowledge into the different companies as well, and potentially to see if that's something you might be interested in to work for once you graduate as well. And then finally, we also have what we call professional development courses. And these courses address the career development needs of active professionals. And so there tend to be longer, full day, 10-hour seminar courses that give you great, again, additional knowledge and insight that this helps, again, because it's actively what is needed within the working active industry. And we have PIMCO, so that is chartering, and we have an introduction to liner operations and also project management. Now, as mentioned as well, we have a large MEL alumni community, which are all over the world. So as I said, each year we have on average 16 different nationalities within the class, and these all either stay or move abroad again. So we have now around 700 alumni that accumulated over the years that the MEL program has existed. It's a very active MEL alumni community as well, and they're a great resource for you to have as well. And they also sometimes come to the MEL program to share their knowledge in the alumni lecture series. So they talk about their MEL experience, what they did after, how they got there, and everything, which is also very valuable. And they're also very open for those who are interested to apply to the MEL program. Should you have any questions about how it is to actually do the program, how they are experienced it after they've graduated, they're also always very willing and open to share that with any prospective students. I'll tell more about this later as well, where you can go to do this, but just already know that they're also very open to help with any questions you may have. And here's just a brief overview. The ones in blue is where the alumni are located all over the world. So as you can see, many different countries, which again shows just a great extensive network to have. If you have business in a different country, you might have a contact person that you can use. So that's just a really great aspect to have. Now, as what we also offer besides those things is also to get you the best chance to get the career that you want. So we offer the career development track as well. And we do offer things such as a CV check, motivation-led workshop, and interview training. If I know from experience that once you get the scholarship, you do have to go back to your country. So the coaching is not as applicable to you because it's more focused on how to find a job and apply for a job in the Netherlands. But of course, it can never hurt to have your CV checked, to have a motivation at the workshop, and to do the individual interview training. And just give you an idea of the career prospects you have once you do complete the MEL program. We find that our MEL alumni always have a good success rate of finding a job in their desired field in the Netherlands or the home country if they need to go, wherever they want to go. And we see that on average, 10% already finds a job prior to graduation. Half of the class finds a job 1 month after, and then 70% at least within the next 3 months. And as I mentioned previously, our alumni, you can check the LinkedIn profiles of our alumni to give you the type of positions and career progressions they have. And like I said, also feel free to reach out to them, ask them questions that you might have about the program specifically, because they are happy to help. And the link is here below where you can find that information. It's on our website, maritimeeconomics.com. And here we just have a brief overview of the different types of positions that are held by our MEL alumni. As you can see, they vary widely because the MEL program is designed to give you outstanding qualifications in a wide array of subjects and different wide array of skills. So you have great chance to go into the direction that you wish to go to. And as you can see here below in the job positions, they vary in all the different sectors within the maritime industry itself. And then again, also the companies that you can work for also varies very widely throughout the different sectors within the maritime industries itself. And again, here on the right hand side, we have provided a list for you to give you an overview of the kind of companies that you could indeed work for. Okay, now should all of this have inspired you to apply to the MEL program, here's just some information about what we actually require for you to do so. So first of all, you need to complete the MEL application form. And then we also need to receive the translated into English and authenticated transcript and diploma from each of your higher educational institutions. We need 2 letters of recommendation. Depending on your background, these can be 2 from your academic background, 2 from your professional background, or 1 of each. It's up to you to decide who you ask and get the letters of recommendation from. Finally, we also need proof of English, and this is either IELTS or TOEFL with an overall score of 6.5 and a minimum score on each of the different points of 6, and for TOEFL it's a minimum of 90. Unless your bachelor's was taught, of course, in English, and you can use that as a proof of English. And you can upload all these documents on the online application form on the MEL website. And then your application will be confirmed that we have received it. And then the admissions committee will review your application and make the decision. Regarding your candidature, they are done on a first come first served basis, on a rolling basis. So as soon as an application comes in, they're collected or sent to the admissions committee and they process them. So it's on a continuous basis, and there's not one period in which you have to wait to hear from. So because of this, you will hear the results usually within 2 weeks to a month already about whether you are accepted or not. And once the decision has been made, the admissions commission will send you either an acceptance letter or rejection. And here also just a brief overview of the living costs that you can expect living in the Netherlands, because obviously you do get the sponsorship, but here you just get an idea of how it will look like. And then also the immigration information that's good for you to know is that the Erasmus University Rotterdam applies for your visa and for residence permit on your behalf. All you need to do is collect and fill in the relevant documents based on your nationality and upload these into the system. And then the university will check them and send them on to the Dutch Immigration Services for you. And always in June, you will be receiving an email with all the information regarding where to upload it, how to upload it, and then which documents apply to you or not. So that's good to know. And then also some housing information. If you saw the Study in Holland video, there is indeed a bit difficult to find housing in the Netherlands. Already to inform you beforehand, it's good to know that here at the Erasmus University Rotterdam, you need to arrange accommodation yourself. There is about 25% student accommodation that is available for international first-year students, so that could also apply to you. But again, the amount that is available is limited, so you have to get lucky to get the accommodation that you might want if it's available. And so most likely you will need to go into the private housing market to find it. So as soon as you've been accepted and you know you're coming, get on that as soon as possible, and make sure you get that arranged before you travel to the Netherlands. And should you be accepted and then need to go through this process, there's some very useful links to help you do this and see where you can go in the private market. But that is something important to keep in mind. And that's all for me with all the information. So now I'm happy to answer any more questions that you may have, something that you're still wondering about. So I'll stop share and start the Q&A.
Yes, thank you very much, Felicia, for your presentation. It's very interesting to hear that MEL program offers such interdisciplinary programs, which is you can learn a lot from the program. So it's very interesting. And I noticed that from the video, there are several Indonesian graduates. I think, is it a really big Indonesian community in the MEL program?
Indeed. I would say on average, well, we have Indonesian students every year. On average, it would be around 3 or 4 per year. Of course, sometimes more than this. So yeah, there's also a wide Indonesian community as well that has done the MEL program. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's quite number. So let me see if someone already asked question. Okay, so from Rahma, she's asking about the average age of the students of MEL. So do the students usually start the program right after their bachelor's, or do they have a professional career first?
Yeah, that's a very good question. The average age of a MEL student is 27, 28. And every year there's a combination of people who do the MEL program right after the bachelor's. So they're usually around 23, 24 years old. We have also then the rest is then those who have work experience and they're already a bit older. Usually they're around late 20s, early 30s. And every once in a while, we also have someone who's a bit older, around 40 as well in the class for that. So it's a big range of people who do it after the bachelor's and also with a professional career first. And the professional career varies from a couple of years to 5 to 10 years. So yeah, there's a good range within the class, which is also something we find is a good mix that we want to have because it gives a balance between people who have more theory knowledge and academic knowledge that they can use to discuss within a class, and those with more practical professional knowledge. So then if in the class or in group assignments, you have a great mix of people with different knowledge, you can share great new ideas, learn a lot more from each other that way. So that's why we also like having that mix in the class.
Yeah, I agree. So in your opinion, would you suggest for here the participants are attending right now, would you suggest them to have some experience first, or they can always just start after bachelor's?
Yeah, you can always just start after bachelor's, and especially we find that the students who start after bachelor's are very set and driven. They know this is what I want to do, this is the direction I want to go. And so, of course, that's a great mindset to have as a person, as your fellow classmates, because they know what they want and they're going for it. And so they have the interest in the industry, and that's good to have as well. So,
okay, great.
Yeah.
So we have another question from Andari. This question is concerned about the housing crisis that is currently going on right now. for the past 2 years. So she's asking, how early would you suggest that they start to look for an accommodation, and is 3 months prior to the study start will be enough?
Yeah, good question. We have a whole housing department at the Erasmus University that dedicates themselves to this. What I would suggest is the university provided accommodation. Usually the registration / signing up for that opens around April. So if you're interested in that, make sure you sign up for that, and then be ready to sign in as soon as you need it to hopefully get it. And then if you don't have it, that still gives you a couple of months to then figure it out. So I would say indeed, maybe not 3 months, also because we start in October and the general university starts in September. So I think it's 3 months from September, August. Yeah, I would start April, May to look, and then try it from there. But yeah, check also the housing website at the Erasmus University. They have great tips as well, because also sometimes it can be that you find it a bit later because people graduate later, so then they only offer the house up. But no, definitely April, May, I would start already having a look.
Okay, agree. So yeah, in addition to that, maybe just to add that you could always search through our website, StuNed, but also start looking by contacting the student association in the Netherlands, because they basically have the updates regarding housing. Maybe they're renting their own home, so you can always check their social media. Okay, so another question from Dava. He asked, does MEL program encourage students to have internship during the program? And will MEL help the application to companies? And if possible, how that will affect the study program or the schedule?
Yeah, okay, good question. Yeah, definitely if you want to do an internship, you can definitely do an internship, and we do encourage that, of course. We do not help with the application to the companies. It's up to the student themselves to find an internship and apply for an internship. This also because, like I said, we have a mix of backgrounds every year in the class. So actually those with already work experience, they're not looking to do an internship, they're just looking to advance their knowledge so they can advance in their career. It's more those who come from the bachelor who have the less work experience who are interested in doing the internship, and for who that is applicable. And so yes, you can do an internship. We do suggest do the internship once the full courses are finished, and the courses finish at the end of June. So we suggest that you use July, August, and September for the internship. It's great if you combine it with the thesis that you need to write, because the thesis runs full. You can work full-time on a thesis July, August, September, handing it in September. Sometimes you can start maybe a little bit earlier, but the MEL program is very heavy. It takes a lot of time management. You cover a lot in a short period of time. So we do not suggest to do it before you finish your courses. You can find it yourself. We do have every year, we have either companies or alumni who are working at a company. They share some internship opportunities with us that we then of course share with the students. Of course, also job openings. Once alumni or network have job openings, they share them with us as well. Maybe you can then share with you. So yeah, if you want to do an internship because you think it will help you, definitely we encourage you to do it. Do it in July, August, September. And once you've done the courses, and then that's what we suggest.
Yeah, I can imagine for a 1-year program is very compact. So yeah, I think you really need to plan in advance, right? If you really want to do an internship.
Yeah.
So, a follow-up question from the previous one regarding internship. Rafsa is also asking regarding the requirements for MEL students to have an internship. Is there like, for example, you have to require obtain certain credits in
Yeah,
order
so no,
for
you
you to
don't.
able, to start the internship?
Yeah, so you don't. You will not do it for any credits or anything. So it's just for you to do it to get work experience and everything like that. The only requirement is that it has to be on a MEL related subject. So if you're doing MEL, you can start and do a, let's say, what's a geography internship somewhere. So it does have to be related to MEL study, especially if you are studying in the Netherlands on a residence permit. You have this internship agreement form that you have to fill in based on the deal that you can do an internship because it's related to your study. And because obviously you're not getting credit for it, you have to do it related to study because you can't work full-time on the residence permit that you have as a student. So an internship is possible, but it has to be related, otherwise you can't do it. So that's the only requirement for the internship. But of course I can understand you're doing an internship in MEL related, otherwise you wouldn't be studying MEL anyway. So yeah.
Okay, so you don't really need to apply for a work permit, right? Because you're doing an internship, and then you can just have like an agreement documents from both university and institution.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So and how about if they're doing a, for example, a part-time job? Would that be still possible while doing the study? I mean, manageable in terms of that, in terms of the workload.
Yeah, in terms of the workload, of course, each person is different. Someone can have great time management and be able to manage it all, so they could technically manage it. But I would say in general, on average, workload-wise, a MEL is a full-time job, so it's not possible to do a part-time job on the side. So we would discourage that, actually. And of course, each individual is different. We might have exceptional students who can manage it all at once, but in general, no, we discourage it and we do not suggest it. And also, legally wise, you're allowed to work a maximum of 16 hours per week.
Yeah.
Part-time if you study in the Netherlands on a residence permit. So.
Yeah, but for non-European students, exactly, you have to, there's a limited time to work, only 16 hours per week. You can always find that information in the Study in NL website. So let me see, is there anyone would like to ask questions live maybe? So you can use your microphone to ask directly to Felicia. Okay, maybe anyone else would like to ask? You can always type in the chat box. Yeah. Okay. So maybe while waiting, could you maybe share some experience regarding the for example, the internship? Because it has to be connected to the MEL program. Is there like a specific job requirements, or like the position itself, or is it only like the industry has to be connected with the program?
Yeah, so for the internship, it has to be either maritime related or even like logistics, supply chain management related. So you can spread it out a bit. So yeah, if you start doing an internship as like a nurse or something, then that we cannot sign off on. But like I said, because of the maritime industry like covers so much, so even if you work for like a multinational company, they also of course have a supply chain area. They have shipping of all their products. So there's a wide range of options for you to do an internship in. It just has the touch points. So of course, either supply chain, shipping, any kind of those touches have to be part of it. But there's a wide range that fits in, I would say.
Okay, great. So, okay, a question from Devara. Hi, Felicia. Thank you for the insight of MEL program. She asked about the regarding the study. How often does professional lecture series arrange in a year? Is there any networking opportunities with companies all around Rotterdam arranged by MEL?
All right, great. Thank you. Good question. Yes. So first of all, how often is professional lectures arranged in a year? Yeah. So the professional lecture series, by that I think you would focus on the DLS. We have 6 of those around average in the year, but then in the year I would say from October to June when the courses run. So we have those. That does not cover other things that we have as well. So you have the 3 professional development courses, 2 that run for at least a week, 1 runs for a full day. So that's another 3 contact points. And then the visits also, we have the full week or 4 days in Copenhagen that's full with visits. So yeah, I would say at least, because we work in different blocks, and we have 11 blocks, so at least in each block you will have an external, let's say, extracurricular activity that is related to either guest lecture, PDC, or something like that, or company visits. Is there any networking opportunity? There is not a networking opportunity with all companies arranged by MEL. What we do also have is at least 3 times in a year for when you're studying, and also as an alumni you can join these as well. We have either welcome reception or 2 dinners. So to those, all the students, the alumni, our corporate network, the professors are invited. So of course, also when you're looking at our alumni, they're part of the companies as well. And so those 3 dinners or drinks are also an opportunity for you to network and meet them. So you have plenty of opportunity throughout the year, and also as an alumni to continue joining these things to network and meet people from the industry. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is that the one that actually was shown in the video?
Yeah, that was one of our dinners.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah. Where everyone gets together, you can meet other people and network and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a perfect opportunity to connected to be connected with the graduates, or with the industry. So I saw that our scholarship coordinator Ibu Indi Ardono raised her hand. Would you like to ask questions or give comments maybe?
Thank you, Felicia, for sharing. On behalf of Nuffic Indonesia, I would like to say thank you for your time. I would also like to ask you one question. You mentioned it in every batch there are always Indonesian students, right? Yeah, how are they doing so far? I mean, what are the challenges that usually the Indonesian students have to face? Common challenge, so to speak. Could you perhaps share something along that line?
Yeah, sure. Actually, I would say from the past experience that all the Indonesian students that we have, they all have a very strong background, and they also actually do very well in the program. They're especially in the more quantitative subjects, and also thesis wise they always choose very port related but very quantitative subjects and do well in that. And I think what they do well is they do often come together, so either they're from a company together or they all have the scholarship, so they really have them together and they help each other a lot. I also feel they interact very well with the other students that we have, and are always very helpful and kind to all of them. So to be honest, we haven't really had any challenges with Indonesian students, and we find that they also settle in quite well into Holland and the Dutch culture. So yeah, maybe you can ask them. I'm sure I can share their information, and they can share the best themselves what they may find challenging. But from the background that I see them in, how I see them, settle in, and how they do in the class and interacting, that's all that experience that I have.
So you mean they adapt quite relatively quite easily to the new environment, new academic culture, because it's completely different academic culture and also social culture, right?
Yeah, but no, they do always well. So
okay, it's good to hear.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Bu Indi, for your question, and Felicia. Yeah, just to I hope that also encourage you for those who are planning to pursue this master degree. Let's see if there's another questions. We got another 10 minutes to go before we close the session, because after this we still have another session on another topic, which is also interesting, on public health management. So if you're interested in that, you can also join in. Maybe just to, if there's no other questions, I would like to maybe ask Felicia if you have any other tips and tricks for those who are interested in this program.
Yeah, what I would really strongly suggest that you do is reach out to past alumni of MEL, just to hear their experience, because actually I can tell you about how the program is like, what you'll be learning, what you'll be doing, but they have actually done it. You can also feel free to approach Indonesian students. This year we have 4 who are also coming through the scholarship process as well, here on the scholarship. So yeah, they can better share their experience, what they actually thought of the program, what they actually learned from it, how they're settling in and everything like that. They can give you more first-hand knowledge than I can. So I do suggest just to do that, just to give yourself all the information and make the best decision possible for you based on that. That's one tip that I would like to give everyone.
Okay, so maybe last one. How is it actually like the student life in Rotterdam or at your campus?
Yeah, now the student life is good. It's a big campus, the Erasmus University Rotterdam. There's a sports building on the campus, there's a foundation on the campus, a couple restaurants, a bar, even like a living room area where you can play pool and everything like that. Of course, there's also the library and study areas and everything like that. And there's also different associations that you can join. It's also there's many international students. There's also an international student organization that you can join. They also organize trips and things for like King's Day. You can go and join that. And King's Day is a holiday in the Netherlands.
But everyone wears orange.
It's an orange. Things like that get organized. Yeah, there's a big student community. So also within the class itself, they all become like one big family, and they all hang out and go out for either hang in the park, going for dinner, or out in the evenings. Of course, during MEL it might be a bit limited the amount of times you can go out and enjoy, but it is definitely still possible. So now student life is good in Rotterdam. There's a lot of things to do as well, depending on different interests. So yeah, there's definitely not a lack of things to do or people to meet or groups to join to give you also the best social life as possible as well.
Sounds great. If maybe if the audience would like to know more, or they have perhaps further questions regarding program, or maybe would like to get in touch with the alumni, is that possible to contact you or one of the
Definitely.
colleagues
You can
from
send
MEL?
me an email. Feel free to share the presentation as well. There's the contact details, and if you have more application directed questions, also the contact information of our admissions directed in there, and also the link to the alumni profiles that you can then see what their background is, what they do, and how to contact them. If also possible, or just ask me and I can share some information, contact information of someone that you can contact as well. Yeah, that's all possible. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much, Felicia, for your time and giving us more insights about the MEL program. Here, I'm also giving you information on the chat box regarding questions for the OKP-LPDP StuNed Joint Scholarship Program. If you have would like to know more about it, or you have questions regarding the application, you can always send an email to our colleague, Okta, and also the website through our Study in NL website. Okay, so thank you very much again, Felicia, and as well as all of the participants attending the session, and all the colleagues from Nuffic Neso Indonesia. I'm Emmy. Thank you again, and I'm signing off from this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.